Welcome again to the broadcast for the Brown County Hornets on BC Hornet Sports, your source for Brown County sports and more. Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by B&N Trucking, Main Street Repair, Cass Communications, Larry Dunn Accounting, Dot Transportation and Dot Foods, the First National Bank of Griggsville, Blessing Health System, your Mount Sterling Community Center YMCA, Sarah Culbertson Memorial Hospital, the Ray Insurance Agency, Mount Sterling Savings, All About Dance and More, the Brown County State Bank, the Comfort Man from Scranton Heating and Cooling, KLC Inc., Henry Automotive, Double K Firearms, Yingling and Nissen Insurance Agency, the Hinderker Funeral Home, Cassing Lumber Company, St. Mary's School, Heather's Tumble and Tap, the Farmers State Bank and Trust Company, A Rustic Gardens. Now it's time for the broadcast of the Brown County Hornets on BC Hornet Sports, your source for Brown County sports and more.
Good evening and welcome to the 8th grade regional volleyball tournament in Mount Sterling, Illinois tonight, and we're going to have Lisa Surratt and Brian Shoemaker being your announcers tonight. Brian's going to do most of the talking. I'm going to try to keep all the technical stuff going since Steve jumped ship to go have church tonight, but that's where we're at with that. Our teams tonight are going to be Unity and Nauvoo. Nauvoo did play last night, and I actually had stats on that. They actually beat Pace and Seymour last night. First game was a little close. It was a 20-25 game, and the second one was an 18-25. And Unity got the bye last night, so this will be their first game.
Yeah, a couple of nice teams here that have seen each other twice already this season, Lisa. And Unity and Nauvoo just played each other this past weekend at the Unity 8th grade tournament. Unity won in 2 games. They also won in 2 games early in the regular season. So these are 2 teams that are a little bit familiar with each other. What we have seen out of Nauvoo is not necessarily the quickest start out of the gate, but by the time they get to set 2, this is usually a pretty set team, a lot more confident. What they'll have to do early is weather the storm against what's a pretty solid Unity attack.
Cool. Yeah, you definitely should know the Unity team. From what I understand, you have a daughter on this team. Is that correct?
That's correct, and that's part of the reason we're here tonight, hanging out. We appreciate you guys at BC Hornet kind of lending us a vine here tonight to share the stream with everybody that can't get here, and of course everybody else up in Hancock County that might be tuning in from up around Carthage and Nauvoo-Calusa tonight. So we expect a couple of nice semifinal matches here to set up for tomorrow's championship match. That'll also be at 5:30, and we'll be live for you, regardless of who's playing in that game, one way or the other.
That is correct. And important, that 5:30 does put a little bit of a cramp on the lifestyle of everybody because of trying to get off work and going here. I just see another familiar face that's been here, the Schaefers, that I'm not for sure who they've got playing on the Unity side, but their grandpa and grandma are here for a lot of basketball, so good people that I've known along the way. The pregame is actually brought to you by, we're fortunate to have Scranton Heating and Cooling as one of our sponsors. We welcome them aboard. You can find them on the web at comfortman.com or call them at 217-773-2626. Right now, it's hard to see what you'd want them for, if you want them to get ready for the air conditioning, or do we still need our heat? It sounds like heat for the weekend.
You never know what season it's going to be in March in Illinois, so give them a call for all seasons, all care, whatever you need.
I think that is an absolute good statement.
That's the best way to advertise them in March.
And I'm telling you what, they are great people to have aboard. So with that, we'll take a quick commercial break, and we'll be back with you shortly with our lineup.
Working for Dot Foods in our warehouse is the best job I've ever had.
This is a company that you want to work for.
Probably you hear this a lot, work-life balance. We get that at Dot.
Dot has a lot of opportunity.
Dot is family.
And I love it. Dot Foods cares about you.
Napa know-how.
Hello, Earl Flack for your locally owned McKay Napa Auto Parts store. March is here. What's that mean? That means get that golf cart ready, get that boat ready, get that fishing boat ready, get that lawnmower ready, get that scooter ready. I know Nancy's been on me to get some stuff done around the house, so I pay attention. Happy wife, happy life. Stop by McKay Auto Parts, get prices on batteries, get your stuff ready for spring, get that lawnmower running, get the good stuff with Napa Know-How, and thank you for your business.
This is Tracy Hendricker with the Hendricker Funeral Home in Mount Sterling. On behalf of our entire family, we wish the best of luck to all the Hornet teams this season. Jamie and I have always been so proud of the athletic programs in the Brown County School District, which was such an important part of our own children's formative years. We are honored and humbled to have served so many families in Brown County and pledge to continue the tradition of assisting families with the dignity and compassion our community deserves. Thank you, and go Hornets!
When you are ready to move to a new home or refinance the one you are in, Farmers State Bank and Trust Company in Mount Sterling will make sure the process moves along smoothly. With competitive rates, superior service, and great solutions that fit your lifestyle and budget. Call us today and get everything you need to get moving. Farmers State Bank and Trust Company of Mount Sterling. Locally owned, locally operated, locally dedicated. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
St. Mary's School offers an excellent education, special activities, affordable tuition, and after-school care in a loving, faith-based family atmosphere. All students, kindergarten through 8th grade, are one-on-one, which means each student has their own iPad. If 5 or more students commit to attend St. Mary's School from Rushville and or Beardstown, St. Mary's can provide free transportation to and from school. It's not too late to register. Call Melissa at 217-773-2825 to schedule a tour today.
When it comes to handling your taxes, ever feel a bit taxed? If so, why not give yourself some well-deserved tax relief and visit Larry Dunn Accounting. Larry and his staff have been helping clients with tax return preparation, bookkeeping, payroll, sales tax, and business consultation since 1980. Put their experience to work for you today. After almost 5 decades in business, their number one priority remains building long-term relationships. Larry Dunn Accounting, 443 East Main Street in Mount Sterling, or call 217-773-3400.
Once or twice a year, I might get the cold or a flu, and my wife calls it the man flu. So you know what that is.
Yeah. What do I love about our team? We have a good chemistry. We all work together.
I mean, come on. I've got the best job in the world. Sometimes they say, oh, I like to do handstands.
Yeah, I taught Brian how to do the handstand. That's all right.
And every day, I mean, it's a fun day.
Yeah, it definitely makes me proud to be here.
Are you looking for an organization that changes lives both physically and emotionally? The Mount
Regional Tournament, you're going to have Lisa Surratt and Brian Shoemaker doing the announcing tonight, and we're going to try winging it together here. Our starting lineup, we don't get an actual lineup, so we're just going to read all the players' names, but our starting lineup is actually going to be brought to you by Dot Transportation. Calling all CDL drivers. We know other transportation companies are promising you home time, but they can guarantee schedule consistency and predictability too. At Dot Transportation, you can count on being home every single week. Plus, we offer a variety of schedule options, even some that let you know your schedule a year in advance. With schedule flexibility and job variety, we've got your miles and your home time covered. So learn more and apply today at drivefordot@dot.com. And with that, I'll turn it over to Brian to read off the names of who we got playing for Nauvoo and for Unity tonight.
Yeah, let's introduce you to the Unity Lady Colts, who are wrapping up their 6-minute warm-up period. We'll just go right down the roster. Number 1 is Sailor Berry. Number 2, Mia Lopez. Number 4, Alicia Kramer. Number 10, Braylon Hills. Number 11 is Sadie Shoemaker. Number 15 is Morgan Voss. Number 16 is Riley Epker. Number 17 is Ari Bueller. Number 21, Chloe Curley. 27 is Peyton Earhart. 32 is Abigail Hildebrand. Number 34 is Cody Duke. Number 5 is Avery Emmerich. Number 12 is Tegan Campbell, and wrapping up the roster is number 14, Jillian Schaefer. Elise Speckhart, the head coach, Seth Klusmeyer, the longtime volleyball coach here at Menden Unity, helping out alongside as well. This is a volleyball team, Lisa, that's been pretty talented all through the season, has not faced a lot of adversity, has not faced a lot of losses. They've only lost 3 matches in the entire regular season. One of those just came this past weekend in the 8th grade championship of their tournament. They lost to Augusta Southeastern in 3 hard-fought matches. They've also lost to Quincy Catholic in 3, and trying to remember the other loss, that actually might be the only loss they have faced. They lost to Carthage on the road up in the very small gym up in Carthage, if you've ever been up there and familiar with that. Some of the starters you'll see on this, you'll see Sailor Berry. She's a nice all-around athlete. Number 1, you'll see her up in the front row attacking. She'll also handle a lot of the setting duties tonight. Mia Lopez will see a lot in the back row, a nice back row player. She'll get some chances to attack a little bit up on the front row and the outside, just a little bit. Ari Bueller is the main attacker. She's the main blocker up front. Number 17, a very nice all-around athlete, one of the star basketball players on the Lady Colts team that got 3rd in state in Class 2A for the 8th grade squad. Peyton Earhart is number 27, a very crafty athlete, very smart, very quick on her toes. You'll see her do a lot of those little touch taps over the net when the other team may not expect it. Number 34 is Cody Duke, a star in the back row, also a very strong attacker. She was the lead attack last season for the Lady Colts that won a sectional championship as 7th graders. You'll see Sadie Shoemaker possibly on the starting line tonight. That's number 11, a kid who's really improved over the course of the season, has really come to find her own way in the back row, and also gets a few attacking chances up in the front row as well. Seth and Elise have pulled up a couple of 7th graders into this roster that we did not see until just about a couple of weeks ago. One of those you'll see is number 14, Jillian Schaefer. That is a player who has a very, very nice serve. She has really stepped up on this 8th grade squad and been able to help out quite a bit. Racked off 13 straight service points in Game 3 when the Lady Colts were able to rally in the 3rd game against Rushville Industry when they were down 18-8. And she really put on a show along with the rest of the Lady Colts to come back and win. So this is a nice squad, a very nice attacking squad. Does a nice job with the first pass. Every now and then, the middle part of the game is where they get a little hesitancy sometimes. Sometimes they're not able to get that set just where you'd like for Ari and Cody. So that's really maybe the weak spot of the game, if any, for this Unity squad. Like I said, just a couple of losses on the season. One of those just came to Augusta Southeastern this past weekend at the end of the tournament. So a nice squad. Seth and Elise have done a nice job getting these girls ready tonight. And that is the wrap-up on Menden Unity.
That sounds like a great group of girls over there, and it's fun to watch them as they mature. As you've been watching them play as they've came up from 7th grade to 8th grade, and even see the changes that they've made just this season. I can hear you explaining that out there on the different places that, where they have improved in it, and that's always the excitement of watching a girls team go across. How about the Nauvoo side? Do you have a lineup on that one, at least the whole team for us?
Yeah, let's tell you about the Nauvoo-Calusa Lady Vikings. This is a team that's just about around the 500 mark this season. This is a team that's been able to compete with a lot of the tough area squads here, with Carthage, with Menden Unity a couple of times. They pushed Menden to the Game 2 brink there in the tournament this past weekend. This is a team that rallied last night. I think they were trailing against Payson Seymour in game number 2 before they were able to close things out. This is a team that's got a couple of nice attackers up front. One of those, if we can see those numbers, I believe is number 34. I think that's Jaden Clymer, tall girl over here on the right side of the court. She gets set up. She's really got a strong swing, and she can put the ball down to the floor really, really fast. Number 48 is Kennedy Harrell. She's over on the left side if you're watching now during the warm-up too. Sometimes doesn't get as elevated as Jaden does, but she's got a real strong swing. She gets that base underneath her, and she's able to get up and block. So they've got a couple of nice pieces up front. In the back row, the libero is number 48. That's Kennedy Harrell. She's a real nice player in the back row, able to keep that ball in play off some strong attacks from other teams and keep the ball moving for the Lady Vikings. Let's go down the rest of the roster, though, for you. Number 3 is Christina Evans. Number 7 is Autumn Hill. Amelia Harness is number 10. Briley Ballantyne is number 25. Or is that the libero? I'm sorry.
She does a libero role.
She's the libero. So we've got 45 and 48. Okay, so 45 is Valentine. I apologize. We were just telling you all about her as somebody else.
And she was all over that court last night. I think she actually got one of the players of the game, if I recall right.
She's a fantastic back row player that you'll see tonight. Aubrey Boley, number 26. Lily Summer is 27. Aubrey Carl is number 30. Ella Boyer is 31. Jaden Clymer, we told you about just a little ago, number 34. Evelyn Jones wears 39. Kennedy Harl is 48. Emma Dooley is number 50. Josephina Tulate is 13. And Jaden Houston is number 29. This is a nice Nauvoo-Calusa squad. We've seen them now about 4 or 5 times throughout the course of the season. They were at the Minden Unity 8th grade tournament last weekend, finished up in 3rd place, won their opening match pretty easily over Liberty. They were able to pick the loss in the semifinal, came back and beat a Rushville Industry team for the 3rd and 4th place game. Rushville Industry brought a shortened roster because they filled in late. We had a team that had to
cancel at the last.
Well, Quincy Catholic wanted to go watch their high school girls in the state championship game, which is understandable. So Rushville brought a lineup that didn't have some of its star players, but Nauvoo put together a nice performance over the weekend and went 2-1. And this is a nice squad. This is a really nice Nauvoo squad. Like we said, if they're able to get set up and get one of the 2 big girls set, they are able to attack with a pretty strong swing. They don't always handle the serve very well. If from my humble expert volleyball opinion, and we use the word expert volleyball opinion in large quotes and a lot of sarcasm tonight. But this is not a bad squad at all. And of course, it's postseason, Lisa. You're always going to get the underdog's best shot in a postseason environment because they know that they're not expected to do much. So expect this Nauvoo team to come out and play hard. Hopefully we'll see the Unity Lady Colts come out and do the same, and we'll put up a nice semifinal match to begin the first of our 2 broadcasts for you tonight here on BC Hornet Sports.
And we'll do one more thing here before we take a break, and if we're make it ready for, I think we still got a little bit of warm-up time, keys to the game. That's actually brought to you by Blessing Health Systems, and that family center care as close as 521 East Main Street here in Mount Sterling at the Blessing Mount Sterling Clinic. Call 217-773-7105 for an appointment at the Blessing Mount Sterling Clinic. We are going to go ahead and take a commercial break, though, because we're doing the national anthem here.
Are you looking for an organization that changes lives both physically and emotionally? The Mount Sterling Community Center YMCA can help. Busy parents love the variety of activities for the whole family and our on-site childcare. We offer scholarship assistance and great options to fit any budget. Kickstart your new healthy routine with our group classes like yoga and Zumba. As a nonprofit organization, we pride ourselves on making a positive impact, not only in individuals, but also our community. We hope you'll join us at the Mount Sterling YMCA. Your future self will thank you.
Chad Yingling here with Yingling Nissen Insurance. We have over 40 years of experience in the insurance business. So we want to make sure that you are well protected. So that means making sure you have the best coverage possible to protect you financially. We do all kinds of insurance, personal, farm, commercial, governmental, you name it, we can insure it. So check us out, www.ynagency.com, or give us a call, 217-773-3397.
KLC Inc. They are an apparel shop that specializes in screen printing, embroidery, custom and team apparel, promotional products, fundraising items, home decor, and personalization of almost anything. They strive to make the customer number one and get the customer the professional results that they are looking for. KLC Inc. at 509 Pittsfield Road, or call them at 217-773-9090. KLC Inc. You think it, we ink it.
We are just about ready for game time here. We do want to go ahead and, if we can, slip in a couple keys to the game that we said are brought to you by Blessing Health Systems. I know one that Steve always does is that we got to get our points off of our serves and not be calling, as I call, free points by the other team making the mistakes, and to be talking it up. We've seen it several balls last night fall between two girls because there was no communication.
Yeah, I think the keys to the game for Nauvoo-Calusa is just withstand the early storm. Both times that they've played Unity, Unity has come off to a strong start in game one, usually like a 7-2, 10-1 run, something like that. They've just got to be able to withstand that. And like you said, don't give up those foolish points of, service errors or just misplayed first passes. If you're Unity, key to the game is simple. Stay focused and play like the number 1 seed. They've earned the 1 seed for a reason. Come out and handle business. As we've got Peyton Earhart, number 27. She's going to kick things off for us here, and we are underway. Ballantyne picks it up off the back. That goes to Harness. Free ball over for Unity. Ari Bueller picks it up to Sailor Berry. Here comes Cody Duke with the early hammer. Picked up by Ballantyne. It's going to be a free ball back as she plays it over to the Unity side of the court. Bueller picks it up again to Berry. Here comes Duke for her second swing. Picked up in the back row. Here we go, set up. It's going to be Ballantyne. Back row attack all the way, and that is going to be close to the line, but they'll say that'll just slide out of bounds, and that's the first point of the game for Unity. And like we said, you've seen it already, Lisa. This Ballantyne girl is really a solid piece in the back row.
She was very solid.
Earhart with the serve over into the back row. Ballantyne picks it up to Carl. Taken to the back row, tipped up by Sadie Shoemaker. Lopez gets it. Duke gives a free ball back over, and that one slides just close, but Ballantyne digs it back up. It'll be one over, and Sailor Berry tries to get it. Picked up by Nauvoo. Clymer on the back row. Serve to Earhart. Up to Berry, and here comes Duke again. Tipped up in the back row. Ballantyne tried to get it up in the air, and it slides to the right and out of bounds, and that'll be a point for the Lady Colts, and we're up 2-0 here early on the Cass Communication scoreboard. Do I have that right?
That is correct. Ooh. Good job.
I'm used to saying Trash Queen when I have to work with Charlie and Jack. So Earhart serving 2-0, Unity with the early lead. Ballantyne's going to toss it back over. Free ball as Lopez picks it up. Cody Duke. Sadie Shoemaker gets a swing at it. She'll send it into the back row. Hill sets it up. Into the back row for Harrell. Harrell sends it over, and here comes Duke again on the attack. Duke sends into the back row, not be able to pick up by Amelia Harness, and that's a kill for Cody Duke and a point for the Lady Colts, and they're up 3-0. Getting Cody Duke work early here very, very quickly is the Unity offense as Peyton Earhart serves it over again into the back row. That's going to come into the net as Harness didn't have a good breed on it. That'll hit the floor real fast, and it's 4-0 Unity. Peyton Earhart continues to serve, just tickles the tape as it gets back over, and that'll be an ace for Earhart. And being one of those people, Lisa, that watches, that's a play that she gets just about once a game. So Cass Communication scoreboard, we're on a timeout. It's Unity 5, Nauvoo-Calusa 1 in game 1 of the semifinal.
The Mount Sterling IGA, a small-town grocery store that offers our community the selection, variety, and prices found in larger markets. By maintaining our hometown proud attitude by offering convenience and customer service second to none. Looking for lunch? Check out the deli for daily lunch specials and homemade salads. Open Monday through Saturday, 7 to 9 p.m., Sunday, 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. The Mount Sterling IGA, 200 Pittsfield Road, Mount Sterling, Illinois, a proud sponsor of Brown County students in athletics.
Andrea Miller gets the team out of the timeout, and here comes Earhart continuing the serve, and that one's going to fall short. That'll be the first point of the game for Nauvoo-Calusa. It'll be 1 serving 5 as Nauvoo-Calusa gets their first chance to swing, as Aubrey Carl will be the first server for the Lady Vikings. Up to Sadie Shoemaker. Cody Duke's going to get another swing at it, and that's a chicken wing play by Carl. She was able to get that first arm on it, Lisa, but wasn't able to get that ball up or forward towards the net, unfortunately. Lady Vikings try to chase it out of bounds, and it's 6-1 as now Cody Duke is going to get her first serve of the evening for Unity. Very strong server is Cody Duke. That one's going to sail just out of the bounds to the left, though. Service error for the Lady Colts. Point for the Lady Vikings. Ballantyne, the server now. Nice swing, nice serve. Sailor Berry tries to go challenge Clymer right at the top of the net, and they say that's going to go off of Berry and out of bounds, and that'll be a point for Nauvoo-Calusa. A nice challenge by Clymer. And Sailor Berry up in the net. Clymer got the best of her that time, and that's a point. 3 serving 6 now for Nauvoo-Calusa. Ballantyne still on the serve. That jump serve up and over into the back row. Cody Duke watches it sail by, and that'll go out of bounds. Point for the Lady Colts, and now it's 7 serving 3. Checking in is Christina Evans, number 3. She'll sit down. Number 30, Aubrey Carl, is now Sadie Shoemaker. Up to serve next here for Unity. Alicia Kramer, number 4, checks in for Mia Lopez over on the Unity side. She's up in the front row. Shoemaker with the underhand serve. So is to Ballantyne. Clymer's going to get a chance at it. Tips it back over to Barry. Barry gets the attack. Doesn't get able to get it over the net. She was challenged pretty well up in the front row by number 31, Ella Boyer, and 34, Jaden Clymer. That'll be a point for Nauvoo-Calusa. It's now 4, serving 7. Number 7, Autumn Hill on the serve here for Nauvoo. Barry's going to set it up for Kramer. Kramer taps it over. Clymer's going to have to try and attack it. Wanted to try and get that overhand attack. Maybe would have been one of those chances to just try and give it a free ball, Lisa, as it's a point for Unity, and it's 8 serving 4. And now you're going to see number 29, Jaden Houston checking in for Nauvoo as Sailor Berry gets the serve. Ballantyne gets it up. Pass up to the front row. It's going to be a free ball over for Unity. Kramer sets it up for Earhart. Earhart to Bueller. Bueller with the touch in the back row. Picked up quickly by Houston. A little back and forth here on this volley for the point. Here comes Ari Bueller. She's able to pound it off Clymer, and it'll go out of bounds, and that is a kill for Ari Bueller and a point for the Lady Colts. It's 9 serving 4 here on the Cass Communication scoreboard. I have to keep saying it so I'll remember it and not say the other sponsor for Jack and Charlie.
Fine.
Sailor Berry continuing the serve. Ballantyne picks it up in the back row. Up to Boyer. Clymer sends it over one time. Earhart to set up here for Unity. Alicia Kramer tries to get underneath it. Didn't get a good strong palm on it, and that one's going to fall short, and that'll be a point for Nauvoo-Calusa. Number 26, Aubrey Boley checking back in. She'll check in for Christina Evans. Is number 31, Ella Boyer on the serve for Nauvoo-Calusa. Sadie Shoemaker with the first pass. Here comes Bueller. Bueller, nice attack into the back row, but it's picked up quickly. Peyton Earhart with that touch tap over the net we told you about. Clymer now is going to set it up over the shoulder, and that's going to be a free ball. Ari Bueller tries to hammer it back down right off the bat, picked up quickly by Boyer.
A little short.
A little short on the play from Harness. She wasn't able to get it up and over, and that's a point. Unity, it's 10-5. Checking back in is number 39, Evelyn Jones for Nauvoo-Calusa. Is now Ari Bueller on the serve here for Mendon. Up and over, and that's going to be a quick ace for Bueller. That slid just in the middle of the court in the back row. A real quick ball to pick up, and it looked like it might have going to stay on the net, but it's just cleared.
Just cleared it. Out.
Clymer has the serve here for Nauvoo-Calusa. She'll send that one into the net. A little bit frustrated on her part. Ballantyne will come back in. Service error. Nauvoo-Calusa point Unity. It's now 12. Serving 6 as Jillian Schaefer comes in. This was the 7th grader we told you about who was added to the roster just a few weeks ago. And she has a nice serve. Ballantyne up in the front row. Harness sends it over. Cody Duke taps it in the air for Earhart. Duke on the attack. Has to stay on her feet with it. Didn't get it where she wanted it. And it'll be another free ball here for Unity. Earhart to set up again for Duke. Here goes Duke. Gets it up. A nice dig in the back row by 29, Jaden Houston. Another free ball for Unity. What can they do this time as Earhart tries to set it up and Duke gets on it again. It's going to go off the front hands of Harrell and down to the floor. Harrell not able to get her hands just where they needed to get that ball the wrong direction. And now it's 13-6. Unity over Nauvoo-Calusa here in game 1 of the semifinal. Schaefer's serve just goes a little bit far out of bounds, and that'll be a point. Now it's 7 serving 13. Mia Lopez is going to come back in for Jillian Schaefer. Serving here now is number 10. That's Amelia Harness for Nauvoo-Calusa. She'll send it into the back row to Bueller. Earhart's going to find a way, and she tipped it up real fast. You get those first passes that get just a little bit close to the net, Lisa, and sometimes you just got to take that play instead of maybe trying to set and set your attacker too close to the net. So Morgan Voss checks into the game for the first time. That's number 15, the libero for Unity, as Peyton Earhart on the serve. Unity up 14-7 here in game 1. Ballantyne in the back row to Harness up front. Harrell's going to tap it over, free ball. Morgan Voss, though, not able to get a hand on it. And that's interesting that they let it keep playing after it bounced off the backboard like that, Lisa.
Yeah,
normally
that would have been an out of bounds.
So that'll be a point Nauvoo-Calusa. A couple of girls check in here for NC. Number 31, Ella Boyer, and the young lady on the serve. That's number 30, Aubrey Carl, who check in. Sadie Shoemaker with the first pass to Sailor Berry. Sadie's going to get the tap on it. Sends it to the back row to Ballantyne. Up to Autumn Hill. Sent back over, free ball for Unity. Duke's going to get the try here one time. A big swing into the back row, and Ballantyne picks it up again. She is a nice player. Free ball is going to go over and out of bounds, as Ella Boyer wasn't able to get a good read on it, and it's 15-8. Ari Bueller checks back into the front row for Morgan Voss. She'll take a quick seat. Cody Duke now on the serve here for Menden. And up and over, and that one falls to Boyer. Tipped over by Hill. Unity's going to get the attack. It's Bueller. Bueller with the tap hit and doesn't get picked up very quickly. Harrell picks it back over. Mia Lopez in the back row for Unity. Sailor Berry's got trouble. She picks it up, though. A nice setup for Bueller, who's picked it up, and Ballantyne able to get on it again. Harrell into the back row. A dig by Peyton Earhart. A nice diving dig.
Going for it.
Ladies in the front row just not able to pick it up quickly enough. That's a nice point play there, and that's a point for Nauvoo-Calusa. It's 9 serving 15 as Briley Ballantyne grabs the ball for the Lady Vikings. Here comes that jump serve up and over, and that one's going to go into the net. Service error for Nauvoo-Calusa, point for Unity. 16-9 here on the Cass Communications scoreboard as Sadie Shoemaker will serve next. Kramer comes back in for Lopez on the Unity side. Shoemaker with the underhand serve. Taps up and down, picked up quickly by Carl. Free ball for Unity. Barry sets it up for Bueller. Bueller hammers it down, picked up nicely in the back row, though, by Aubrey Carl. Unity got another try at it. Kramer taps it up and over, and that one gets tapped by Ella Boyer. She wasn't able to get the chicken wing on it, and that's a kill for Alicia Kramer and a point for Unity. Checking in is number 16, Riley Epker. She's coming in on the Unity side. She'll sit down Cody Duke, who's probably due for just a little bit of a break. 17-9 the score here in game one of our first semifinal. Carthage and Brown County coming up, Lisa, and that's going to be a good match. That's going to be a real fun match. A point as Epker wasn't able to get picked up quickly. May need to stretch her legs just a little bit as she got off the bench for the first time tonight, and that'll be a point for the Lady Vikings. It's 10 serving 17 as Autumn Hill will pick up the serve. Overhand serve, and that's not going to clear the net. 18-10. Checking back in is Jaden Houston. She'll sit down Autumn Hill as Sailor Berry, number 1, picks up the serve here for Menden. Up and over to Ballantyne in the back row. Set up a free ball from Boyer. Earhart with the set. Here comes Bueller. Bueller hammers it down. She's blocked by Clymer. Lady Colts still able to keep it going. Clymer sends it all the way in the back row, though, and it's just going to sail out of bounds. She's a little bit frustrated with herself, but that was a nice block by the tall, lanky Jaden Clymer. It is 18 serving 10. Ari Bueller comes out of the game. Abigail Hildebrand gets her first action of the night, number 32. That one set up by number 10, Amelia Harness, who got over the head of Hildebrand and nobody else able to pick it up. That's a point for Nauvoo-Calusa as it's 11 serving 19. Ella Boyer setting up to serve next here for the Lady Vikings. Up and over, Sadie Shoemaker gets it. Clymer hammers it down quickly. As that first touch by Sadie Shoemaker sailed back over the net. Clymer was right there and able to read it. Hammers it down for the kill. Like we've told you, there are some nice pieces on this Nauvoo-Calusa team. That'll be an ace for Nauvoo-Calusa as Shoemaker wasn't able to get the first pass spread well, and now it's 13 serving 19. Up and over. Kramer with the first touch to Earhart, to Abigail Hildebrand. She'll punch it in the back row. Set up by Harness for Clymer. Clymer sends it down, dig by Sadie Shoemaker, and another one right back to Clymer. And now Elise Beckhart's going to send Duke and Bueller back into the game. They'll sit down Hildebrand and Riley Epker. 14 serving 19 as Nauvoo-Calusa is able to put together a little run of their own here in game one. Into the back row to Sailor Berry, to Earhart. It's going to be a back row attack for Cody Duke up and over the net. Up and off the sidelines. A little bit of miscommunication there between Boyer and Ballantyne. Wasn't quite sure who was going to pick that one up.
I think we didn't talk it up like we
No.
mentioned before. You got to do that.
Lily Summer,
Call
number 27, checks back in for the Lady Vikings as Ari Bueller picks up the serve here for Menden. Lady Colts up 20-14. That serve's going to go just a little bit long. Service error for the Lady Colts. Point for the Lady Vikings as Clymer will pick up the serve here. And you see number 48, Kennedy Harrell, check back in for Ballantyne. Barry picks it up in the back row to Earhart. Here comes Duke with another swing. Into the back row, picked up by Summer. Free ball for Unity. Here comes Duke again. Duke gets it up over Harrell. Nice challenge by Harrell that time. Cody Duke had to alter her hit just a little bit, and it sails out of bounds, and it's 16-20 now as Clymer continues the serve for Nauvoo-Calusa. That one's going to go up, and it caught that net just a little bit up there. And Elise Beckhart calls a timeout. Cass Communications scoreboard. Unity leads Nauvoo-Calusa 2017 in game 1.
Food, shelter, fast Wi-Fi. It's all we really need. Good thing Cascom has fast, reliable Wi-Fi to power all your gadgets all at once. Call or click Cascom.com to upgrade today.
A Rustic Garden ships home and garden accents coast to coast, right from its location in Mount Sterling. The folks there customize each sail by painting unique and vintage colors to match the look of the home or flower garden. They also do wrought iron fencing. How long does that last? 100 years? 200 years?
We'll come back to that commercial.
We appreciate all these sponsors we've got, though. I'll tell you what, we need them all and every single one of them to bring you junior high volleyball here tonight. Not something we get to cover all that often, but happy to be here tonight on BC Hornet Sports as Cody Duke tries to send one in. That one catches the net. Lady Colts tried to pick it back up, couldn't do it, and now it is 18 serving 20. Nauvoo-Calusa has climbed back into this match, challenging, trying to make a run to take the lead here. Sailor Berry in the back row to Earhart. Earhart now to Barry. Barry sends it back over. Clymer tried to get a hand on it. Couldn't get a good read on it. It sailed out of bounds. Ballantyne is going to check back in for Nauvoo-Calusa. Jillian Schaefer checks in for Alicia Kramer. Schaefer will pick up the serve. It's 21-18 here in game 1. Schaefer up and over. Into the back row to Houston. Harrell picks it up one time. It's going to sail out of bounds as the Lady Vikings weren't able to get a good rhythm on it as it came back over the net. It'll be 22. There we go.
Yep.
22-18. Schaefer into the back row. Set up by Harness. Harrell sends it over a free ball for Unity. Here comes Cody Duke with the swing one time into the back row. Ballantyne able to dig it back up to Harness. Nice attack over the net. That's number 30, Aubrey Carl, and that's going to hit the floor as Unity a little bit out of sorts. And it's going to be 22-19. Mia Lopez checks back in for Unity. Checking in is Evelyn Jones, number 39, along with number 7, Autumn Hill. On the serve for Nauvoo-Calusa's number 10, Amelia Harness. Harness up and over. Here comes Cody Duke on the attack. Duke sends it into the back row, picked up by Jones. Harrell tries attacking one time. Duke gets it back over. A little back and forth now. Sadie Shoemaker has to dig it out, and she had trouble as that thing really just got an odd angle coming over the net. Earhart wasn't able to pick it up either. A little trouble now for Unity. It's 22-20. Unity with the lead here in game 1. They were up 18-10. Earhart sends it over. Harrell up and over to Earhart. Earhart to Cody Duke. Duke with the hammer down, and that's going to be a big kill for Cody Duke. 23-20, and that was a point that was desperately needed, Lisa, as Nauvoo had really gained some confidence there and picked things up. Peyton Earhart on the serve now. 2 more points to close things out here in game 1 for Unity. Into the back row, nice dig. That'll come back over to the Lady Colts side. A tough touch by Mia Lopez. She wasn't able to get a good first pass on it. Sadie Shoemaker tried to chase it down, but that's going to go out of bounds and a point for Nauvoo-Calusa. Jillian Schaefer comes in for Mia Lopez. Aubrey Carl getting ready to serve for Nauvoo-Calusa. It's a 2-point deficit late here in game number 1, 23-21. Unity with the lead. Shoemaker tips it up to Duke. It's going to be an attack for Sadie Shoemaker. She gets it up and over. Harrell got a tip on it, though. Sends into the back row. Ari Bueller touches it up one time. Here comes Duke. Duke sends into the back row. Ballantyne tried to get it as it might have been tipped by Harrell. And it'll be game point here in game number 1 for Unity. Number 31, Ella Boyer checks back in as Cody Duke takes the serve here. Game point in game number 1 for the Lady Colts. Up and over in the back row, and that'll be an ace as Harness just wasn't able to get to it quick enough. And that'll be the end. Game 1 score here on the Cass Communications scoreboard. Unity wins game 1, 25-21. We'll be back after a commercial break.
Who knows how long wrought iron fencing will last? Shop www.arustedgarden.com and get it shipped directly to your front door.
It's Sleep Tight's biggest sale of the year. Get a king for the price of a queen and a queen for the price of a twin. You heard me right. It's king for the price of a queen and a queen for the price of a twin. And as always, free delivery, free setup, and free removal of your old mattress. Better bed, less money? You bet. It's Sleep Tight's king for the price of a queen and queen for the price of a twin. Going on now at Sleep Tight, Quincy, Jacksonville, and Macomb.
Better bed, less money. Sleep Tight.
Sleep Tight.
Mitsubishi ductless systems give you individual room control and allergen filtration with no ductwork, so you can be as comfortable as you want anywhere in your home. The Comfort Man at Scranton Heating and Cooling can help you design a Mitsubishi system for your new addition, remodeling project, your man cave, or she shed. Call Scranton Heating and Cooling today to come and evaluate the best options available to you. The Comfort Man, 217-773-2626, or on the web at comfortman.com.
We are back here as we wrap up the halftime show, brought to you by Yingling and Nyson Agency. You can find them on the web at ynagency.com or stop by their office at 111 West Washington in Mount Sterling. Give the guys a call, 773-3397 for Yingling and Nyson Agency. The halftime break, between sets break, whatever you want to call it here in volleyball,
Yeah,
we'll
exactly.
get it going.
It depends on if you get 2 games and you're done, or if you have to go for your 3rd one. You just never know with volleyball.
Nauvoo-Calusa will get the first serve here to start game 2. Unity has a 1-0 lead as we get things rolling in game 2 as Duke sends into the back row to Ballantyne. Free ball over from Autumn Hill to Sailor Berry. Earhart taps it over one time. What a dig by Ballantyne. What a player. Into the back row. Unity gets it again. Duke with another swing. Duke hammers in the back row past Harness. Kill for Cody Duke. Point for Unity. And they'll take a quick 1-0 lead here in game 2. Yeah, we saw a nice rally there from Nauvoo-Calusa in game 1 as Unity had an 18-10 lead, Lisa, at one point. And that'll be an ace for Earhart as Harness not able to get underneath it. A couple of frustrating points for her. Or excuse me, that's Aubrey Carl on that play. And it's 2-0. Earhart up and over into the back row. Harness, that was Harness that time. And again, another troubling try at the first pass for Nauvoo-Calusa. As Jaden Houston is going to check in for Nauvoo-Calusa. She'll sit down Harness as Earhart continues the serve for Unity, 3-0 here in the early going on the Cass Communications scoreboard. Up and over to the back row. Houston, a free ball over from Hill. Sailor Berry sets up Duke in the back row. Sends it up one time, tapped up by Carl, and it's a free ball over from Autumn Hill. Lady Colts are going to get a try at it again. Sadie Shoemaker will give a free ball back. Hill is going to set up Harrell. Harrell into the back row, and that one's going to go just out of bounds.
This is how the Lady Colts started off the game 1 with Earhart getting about 5 in a row.
Yes. At it again. And that's going to be another ace as the back row really able to struggle to pick up this first pass right now. Ballantyne, usually that leader in the back row, gets off of center, and there's just sometimes a little bit of communication issues, and that's not uncommon. Sometimes you'll see in the junior high ranks. You'll see trouble with that at high school, too, sometimes.
And unfortunately, sometimes I think that frustration sets in, and then you got to get your mind back into it.
Yes, seeing the Carthage Blue Girls setting in. They'll be going against Brown County here in game number 2. It's been a busy week so far for the Carthage Blue Girls as they, 7th graders, won a sectional championship Monday night in Mendon in a very emotional 3-game win over North Fulton. And then they were here last night for quarterfinal action. Harrell able to put that one down. That's going to be the first point of the game for Nauvoo-Calusa, as she was able to find a free spot on the floor. Ballantyne sits down, Clymer checks in for Nauvoo-Calusa. It's 1-6 as Kennedy Harrell picks up the serve for NC. Up and over, and that one's going to go just a little bit out of bounds. Ari Bueller watched it all the way down. Service error gives a point to Unity. It'll be 7-1. Cody Duke picks up the ball again. Duke up and over into the back row. Clymer's going to set it up this time for Ella Boyer. To Duke, to Barry. It's going to be Sadie Shoemaker on an attack again. Nauvoo-Calusa sends it over one time. Autumn Hill on the try. And here comes Bueller. Bueller hammers it down. What a dig in the back row. And now Clymer. Clymer sends it back. Duke able to quickly pick it back up for Unity. Bueller taps it again.
Nice tap.
Tap, tap, tap as it goes all the way over, and they say Bueller was going to get in the net that time. Clymer was able to get it just to clear that net, and Bueller had a little bit of trouble picking it up. That'll be a point for Nauvoo-Calusa. It's 2-7. As Autumn Hill took the serve, she wasn't able to clear the tape, and that'll be a point Unity. Amelia Harness checks back in for Nauvoo-Calusa. Sadie Shoemaker on the serve now for Unity. Her team up 8-2 here in game 2. Into the back row, picked up by Ballantyne. Ballantyne, who has been such a steady force for this Nauvoo-Calusa team, not able to get that one. That's an ace for Unity, and a point, and it's 9-2. Into the back row, Boyer sends it. Sailor Berry sets it up for Bueller. Bueller tried to get underneath it, and maybe just about a step too far in front of that ball, Lisa. She really kind of looked like she was reaching from the back to get it over. Couldn't get it. It'll be 3
where her
serving
position
9.
was.
Yes. Ella Boyer on the serve for Nauvoo-Calusa. Up and over to Duke, to Sailor Berry, and here comes Alicia Kramer. She's going to give it a try. She taps it over Clymer.
Oh, nice.
Goodness gracious, what a dig in the back row from Autumn Hill.
That was an awesome play by Hill.
Great play by Hill. That's a point for Nauvoo-Calusa. It's 4-9. Goodness gracious. Hill sends it up. Sadie Shoemaker with the first touch to Kramer, and that'll be a ball from Sailor Berry into the back row. Picked up by Boyer to Ballantyne. Clymer's going to send it over one time, and a lot of miscommunication there. Cody Duke says maybe that was mine. Alicia Kramer thought it was hers. Nobody knew who it was, and it falls right in the middle of the floor, and it's 5-9. Picked up by Kramer to Cody Duke into the front row. Kramer's going to get a try at it. She knocks it down. Ballantyne right in front of Ballantyne and the rest of the back row, and that'll be a point for Unity. Number 39, Evelyn Jones checks back in for Nauvoo-Calusa. Also checking in is number 26. That's Aubrey Boley. As on the serve for Unity is number 1, Sailor Berry. Berry sends in the back row to Ballantyne. Clymer gets a try at it. She sends it back, and Berry gets it. Here comes Clymer again, and goodness gracious. If you set up Jaden Clymer, she's going to make you pay for it. She will make you pay for it. Kennedy Harrell checks back in as Ballantyne will get the serve for Nauvoo-Calusa. It's 6-10. Here comes that jump serve. Into the back row, Sadie Shoemaker. Harrell gets it up, and Peyton Earhart able to challenge at the net. A nice play by Earhart as she won that one. And it's 11 here in game, 11-6 in game 2. Ari Bueller on the serve for Unity. Into the front row. Sent back now, Unity chasing. Kramer's going to get a try at it, and she hits it a little bit too hard, and that'll sail out of bounds. It's a point for Nauvoo-Calusa. Amelia Harness coming up to serve next here for NC. Lady Vikings down 11-7 here in game 2. And that one, she didn't get a good hand on it. A lot of spin, but not a lot of distance that you needed. And that'll be a point for Unity. Jillian Schaefer checks back in. She'll sit down Alicia Kramer. Schaefer will come up to serve. Checking into the back row for Nauvoo Calusa is number 29. That's Jaden Houston. Schaefer with a nice serve into the back row. Set back over. A nice dig in the back row from Evelyn Jones. Harrell's going to send one over, a free ball for Unity to Peyton Earhart. Here comes Cody Duke. Duke sends it in the back row. Picked up by Hill. Hill sends it up and over. Earhart taps it real quick. Nauvoo Calusa able to pick it up. Sadie Shoemaker picks up that tap. Here comes Duke again. Duke and Harrell up in the front of the net. Oh, and that's not a good set by Autumn Hill, unfortunately. Right underneath it and just, unfortunately, went the wrong direction that she wanted it to go.
Several good taps back and forth.
Nice volley for the point there. Unity wins it. It's 13-7. Schaefer with that little running serve. Sends it into the back row. Kennedy Harrell sets it up now. That's going to be Boley. Boley sends it over to the Unity side. Earhart sending it up.
Tap.
Thought it was going to be a little tap, and then Cody Duke was able to pick it up. It's going to be a timeout for Nauvoo Calusa on the Cass Communication scoreboard. Unity leads in game 2, 14-7.
The Ray Insurance Agency is an independent insurance agency in Mount Sterling. We offer competitively priced insurance products that fit the needs of you and your family. We specialize in personal, commercial, and agribusiness insurance products. So call me, Brad Cassing, today at 217-773-3851 for a free quote and risk assessment. We are located at 128 West Main Street in Mount Sterling. Our phone number is 217-773-3851.
The Blessing Mount Sterling Clinic, excited to be part of your community, here to provide compassionate, comprehensive care for you and your family. Experience the Blessing distance at 521 Main or call 217-773-7105 for the Blessing Mount Sterling Clinic as we are back to live action. Valentine tried to get that one way over the net, and that found the roof, and that's a pretty tall task. That is a tall task here at Brown County High School. We are at a large gym here tonight for junior high volleyball. 15-7 now the score. Clymer tried to get underneath that one, just not the right touch on it, and that'll fall to the floor on the Nauvoo Calusa side. As Aubrey Carl checks back in. Schaefer's still on the serve for Mendon. It's 16-7. Ballantyne up to Carl. Carl sets it up for Harrell. Harrell into the back row, picked up by Ari Bueller. Cody Duke on the attack again into the back row. Harrell gives a free ball back over to Unity. Ari Bueller gives it up to Earhart. Earhart sets it for Duke. Duke into the back row. Kennedy Harrell once again. Nauvoo Calusa really needs to try to get Harrell set up. Sadie Shoemaker on the attack into the back row. Tapped up in the air. Ballantyne will pick it up, and now Harrell gets it again. Oh, Schaefer could have let that one maybe go, but she didn't, and we're still playing on. Tapped up in the back row. Ballantyne gets it up. It's going to have to be a scramble, and now Peyton Earhart with a tap, a dig in the back row from Nauvoo Calusa. Nice play in the back row. And that'll be a kill for Cody Duke. A nice dig in the back row by Evelyn Jones to keep that ball in play for Nauvoo Calusa. Nauvoo Calusa really needs to get these front row attackers back into the rotation here and really get them set up. That won't do it that time, unfortunately. Aubrey Carl tries to attack for Nauvoo. Comes into the net. It's 18-7. Number 12, Tegan Campbell checking in for the first time for Unity. This is one of the 7th graders that was brought up, a real mainstay on the 7th grade squad for the Lady Colts this season. As Schaefer continues the serve, it's 18-7. Into the back row, Ballantyne picked that one up real quick. It's going to be Harrell. Harrell gets one hand on it. To Earhart. Earhart taps it over. Ballantyne tries to dig it out. You keep hearing the name Briley Ballantyne. That's because she is everywhere, Lisa.
She is all over.
She is all over the place. Avery Emmerich checking in for the first time now. Number 5 for Unity. Lady Colts up 19-7 here in game 2. Harrell sets it up for Carl. Carl into the back row. Here comes Emmerich with the set for Cody Duke. Hammers it down. Ballantyne dives one more time, getting all the use out of those knee pads she can. Set up again for Duke. Harrell challenges her at the net. Goes off of her hands and out of bounds, and that'll be a point for Unity, and it's 20-7.
Schaefer is on like an 8-point run here.
Yes. Morgan Voss checks in for Ari Bueller. Schaefer's jinxed her up, and she'll take a seat. Mia Lopez will check back in for Unity. It's 8 serving 20. Is number 30, Aubrey Carl, on the serve here for Nauvoo-Calusa. Up and over. Emmerich sets up Duke again. Duke sends into the back row, picked up. Harrell now on the attack. Nice dig by Morgan Voss, but a little too hard. And that'll sail past the needle and out of bounds. That'll be a point for Nauvoo, and it's 9 serving 20. Aubrey Carl on the serve for Nauvoo. Lady Colts trying to close this one out and get ready for tomorrow night. Emmerich's going to try and tap one over. Here comes Duke. Duke hammers it down. Nice dig in the back row, though, by number 29, Jaden Houston. Mia Lopez picks one up to Emmerich. Back row attack for Duke, up and over. Into the back row. Here comes Harrell. She's going to tap one up. Mia Lopez up close to the net. Avery Emmerich tried to get it, but she just was not tall enough from Harrell. Here comes Harrell. Harrell with an attack, picked up by Emmerich. She's going to get a swing at it. Emmerich swings it into the back row, dug up by the back row. That's number 30, Aubrey Carl. Duke now, another swing into the back row. Ballantyne digs it up. Set up, it'll be a back row attack for Nauvoo-Calusa. Carl just wasn't able to get a good swing on it that time. And now it's 21-9, checking in on both sides. Number 31, Ella Boyer for the Nauvoo-Calusa side. Number 32, Abigail Hildebrand checking in for Cody Duke on the Menden side. Avery Emmerich on the serve. Lady Colts up 21-9 here, trying to close things out in this game 2 of the semifinal. Carthage versus Brown County coming up. We expect that one to be a fun one, Lisa.
Should be another good game.
Two really, really good squads. They're going to go at it here. Coming up very soon on BC Hornet Sports. Hildebrand's going to get an attack try. She sends into the back row, and that is not handled well by Carl, and that'll be a kill for Abigail Hildebrand. It's 22-10. As we get a couple of substitutions here for the Lady Colts. Number 16, Riley Epker checking in along with number 21. That is Chloe Curley. Ari Bueller will check back in for Morgan Voss up on the front side. That'll anchor that front line down just a little bit. A pretty young back row here as Riley Epker gets the serve, and she's going to step over the inbounds line there. Lisa just got a little too eager on that serve.
She got the opportunity and
that'll
got
be
ahead of her.
Service error. It'll be 11 serving 22 as Autumn Hill grabs the ball for Nauvoo-Calusa. Lady Vikings seeing if they've got one more run in them, just like they did in game 1. Sailor Berry taps one down hard, and that'll be a point, as they say, net violation for Nauvoo-Calusa. Amelia Harness checks back in for Nauvoo-Calusa, as it's 23-11. On the serve is going to be number 12, Tegan Campbell. Campbell, an all-around athlete at Menden Unity, softball catcher, track and field runner, volleyball player, basketball player, does it all.
She's an all-around athlete.
All-around athlete, just a 7th grader. Game point, match point coming up here for Menden, 24-11. Nauvoo-Calusa trying to hang around as long as they can. Clymer sends it over to Unity's side. Ari Bueller with a hammer down one time, but it's dug up quickly. Here comes Harness. Harness tips it over to Emmerich, to Barry. Bueller taps it over one more time. Lady Colts trying to close it out. Curley gets an attack try up in the front row. Sent back over by Harness into the back row from Emmerich. Sailor Berry sets up Bueller again. Bueller challenged up by Clymer and still picked up here. Nice job by Chloe Curley, and then Emmerich taps it over. And Ari Bueller able to get the block up in the front row, and that'll close things out. And that is a win on the Cass Communication scoreboard, 25-11. And it's a 2-set win for the Unity Lady Colts. They will advance on to tomorrow's championship match, which will also be right back here at Brown County High School. We are going to take a quick break.
Figure out what we're going to do, and we'll be right back.
We'll be right back with the postgame show.
Culbertson is the heart of the communities we serve. As we introduce our new logo and refreshed brand, we want you to know that we pledge to maintain the highest quality standard of care you expect here at Culbertson Memorial Hospital. We continue to remain committed to our care promise. What is our care promise? Care that proves to our customers that we do our best to meet their needs. Attitudes that demonstrate that we are here to serve our communities. Respect for all who enter our doors. Exceed the expectations of our patient. Culbertson Memorial Hospital in Rushville, empowering your health and healing.
The rocking post-game show as the music is up loud and proud here at Brown County High School. Mendon Unity, a 2-game winner here on the post-game show, brought to you by Mount Sterling IGA. Mount Sterling IGA is a great place for lunch. Check out the daily lunch specials in the deli. That is the Mount Sterling IGA, located at 200 Pittsfield Road, right here in the heart of Brown County in Mount Sterling. Defensive player of the game tonight, brought to you by Cassing Lumber Company, hometown family-owned lumber and do-it-best hardware store, helping build our community for over 45 years. Cassing Lumber Company, located on Route 99, South Mount Sterling. Give the guys a call at Cassing Lumber Company, 773-2611. And Lisa, I think our defensive player of the game has to go to that Ballantyne girl, yes. Briley Ballantyne from Nauvoo-Calusa, a girl who is just all over the floor and about as constant and solid of a player as we've seen in the back row for a lot of teams this season. A really, really nice player in that back row, a nice libero spot, hustles her tail off. I think that's our defensive player of the game without a doubt.
I would support that again.
Yes. Offensive player of the game tonight, KLC Inc. KLC at 509 Pittsfield Road in Mount Sterling. Give them a call at 217-773-9090. KLC Inc. You think it, we ink it. I know great family there at KLC Inc. does a lot of nice shirts and things for a lot of our athletes and sports teams around here in the area.
They got some unity, a lot of unity blood in them now. Their competition unity in Brown County blood.
I know. Yeah, Summer and the team doing a great job at KLC Inc. Our offensive player of the game, I think I'm going to go on the Mendon side for this, and I think I'm going to go with Peyton Earhart tonight. A real player who was able to get things rolling on the serve early for Mendon Unity, able to keep Nauvoo-Calusa guessing on a lot of those serves with the tip plays and things like that. So I think that'll be our KLC Inc. offensive player of the game. Mendon Unity will advance to tomorrow night's championship match against one of these two teams. It's going to be the Lady Hornets of Brown County or the Blue Girls of Carthage. We will tell you all about that and more when we come back here on the now pregame show. Forgot who the pregame sponsor is. It's here, Scranton Heating and Cooling.
Guys,
yeah, we're on the pregame show here back in just a couple of minutes.
We'll be back.
When it comes to your money, local is better. Farmers National Bank of Griggsville is here in the heart of the community, working where we live. We make sensible loans to our friends and neighbors so that we can help our community grow. Stop by and see our friendly staff and see what we can do to meet your financial goals. Located in Griggsville, Pittsfield, and Mount Sterling. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
A collision with your vehicle can be stressful on its own. You don't need more stress dealing with the Auto Body Shop. Mauen Auto Body and owners Chuck and Brandy Mauen can help take the stress out of the process. Chuck brings over 24 years in the auto body business and is ICAR certified. Mauen Auto Body, 149 Main Street in Mount Sterling. Call 217-773-2127. Mauen Auto Body, the quality of yesterday with the knowledge of today, the right choice in collision repair.
At All About Dance and More LLC, these are our core values. Perseverance by all studio members to put forth good effort to achieve goals. Innovative creation of original and unique learning environments. Fierce energy and community that builds student happiness, self-esteem, quick learning, and bold relationships. Integrity and investment in quality professional work where trust and high morals are practiced. Commitment to the studio family with loyalty, responsibility, and high expectations to create a lifelong appreciation for the AADM journey.
Are you looking to start a career or just looking for a change? B&N Trucking offers many different driving options, ranging from home every night to home on the weekends. Apply online at bnntrucking.net or call us at 217-289-3555 to see what fits your needs. B&N Trucking, a family-owned local trucking company.
We are back on the Scranton Heating and Cooling pregame show. Call the Comfort Man, Scranton Heating and Cooling. Find them on the web at comfortman.com or give them a call, 217-773-2626. And if it's a possible strain, sprain, or fracture, say that 3 times fast. Head to the Blessing Orthopedic Walk-In Clinic, 8 to 5, Monday through Friday at the Blessing Health Center, located at 4800 Main in Quincy. No appointment is needed. Lisa, we are getting set here for semifinal number 2, and this is 2 really good teams that we want to tell you about. It's the Carthage Blue Girls and the Brown County Lady Hornets, the host school of the Lady Hornets. We'll tell you about them here in just a few minutes. As Carthage is on their 6-minute warm-up session, let's first go down the roster for Carthage. That way we'll at least make sure we get each of these girls recognized for you here tonight on the broadcast. Number 3 is Kennedy Artman. Number 2 is Kennedy Gunning. Number 4 is Lainey Housewright. You'll see her as the main server on this team tonight. Number 8 is Kaylee Kerr. She is a offensive force who has really, really improved over the last season. Number 13 is Jordan Finney. Number 14 is Corin Robinson. Number 16 is Hattie Wood. Number 18 is Madison Hall. Number 19 is Carmen McElroy. Number 24 is Carson Bliss. We'll tell you about her in just a little bit. Number 28 is Myra Shirey. Number 29, Victoria Reynolds. Number 30 is Cora Hanks. Number 33 is Piper Caldwell, and number 40 is Bethany Fawcett. Danielle White, the head coach of this Carthage Blue Girls team, has really put together a nice program in the heart of Hancock County. This is a team, Lisa, that just won, I believe, if my memory serves me right, their first junior high volleyball sectional in school history Monday night when they defeated North Fulton. And what was there was a very emotional 3-game win for Carthage. And, of course, they got to that sectional by defeating Mount Sterling in a very, very emotional Game 3. And I'll tell you what, we were there for that, and it's not often that I guess you can use the words intense, insane, and emotional in junior high girls volleyball, but I think that was about as close of a night as we've ever seen. It was loud, it was rowdy. Girls just played their hearts out that night. So Carthage is getting ready. They are in the midst of a busy week. This is the 3rd night in a row that they are on the road between the 7th and 8th grade squads. This is a team here that has not suffered a lot of defeat in the 8th grade ranks this season. They have lost to Augusta Southeastern. They lost to Quincy Catholic, and they have lost once out of 2 times against Menden Unity. The loss to Unity came in the last game of the Quincy Junior High tournament earlier this season. That was a 3rd place match. Menden was able to get back and get the best of them. Menden did lose to Carthage in the regular season. Probably not the best showing from the Lady Colts that night. Carthage has wins over Rushville Industry, a very, very good Rushville Industry squad, and that is the only match of the season that has went 3 sets for Carthage all season long. They have wins over Hamilton, Nauvoo Calusa, Stronghurst West Central, who is a 1 seed in the other regional that will feed into the winner of this regional. They have a 2-set win over them. They have wins over Colchester West Prairie, who won a 7th grade sectional last year. They've got a win over Camp Point Central. They've got a win over Payson Seymour. They've got a win over La Harpe and Liberty. And, of course, their only other defeat of the season came at the hands of Macomb. And if you know anything about volleyball, Macomb knows volleyball. So there are no losses on this roster for the Carthage Blue Girls that you can look at and go, boy, that is just not a good loss. This is a really, really good team that has a lot of solid attacking pieces in place. You're going to see Lainey Housewright up front. You're going to see number 2, Kennedy Gunning up front. You're going to see Kaylee Kerr. You're going to see Madison Hall. Names that you're going to hear over and over in this match. This is a really, really solid front row line. They do not mess up a lot of first passes, Lisa. This is a team that really, once they get into a rhythm, they're tough to stop.
But they had a very good game last night. I do recall that, and it's definitely a couple of the names you read there. It's like, yep, those were I heard those names several times last night.
Housewright is a talented server and a talented setter. She's going to be all over the floor all night. That's number 4. Now, every now and then, this team has a little bit of a hiccup in them. They'll give up a few points in a row, just as you will see from any junior high volleyball squad. They're not suspect as you know, they're not
pros. They haven't been doing this for years.
Right. Yes, they're not without fault. They're not without, but this is a good volleyball team who was undefeated for most of the early part of the season until they finally fell to a couple of losses. So you're going to see this team here in action as we've got just about 140 left here on the Carthage side of the warm-up. Let's tell you about another one of our wonderful sponsors. It's DOT Transportation. Calling all CDL drivers, do you feel that you're taking care of your current job? Or you want to be driving for a company that cares about you? If you're ready for a driving job where you matter, make the switch to DOT Transportation. At DOT, you'll discover the support, respect, and appreciation that you've been looking for with extensive in-house support, team weekly home time, competitive pay, and best-in-class benefits. Make the switch to DOT Transportation. It's worth the effort. Learn more and apply today by visiting drivefordot.com. Now, you've done that a lot more than I have all season. You've got to really work through that one.
You do
That's
have
good
to think
stuff.
about that.
That's good stuff. We're going to take another quick break. We'll reset, and when we come back, we'll tell you more about the Lady Hornets from Brown County Junior High as we get ready here in the pregame show on BC Hornet Sports.
At Brown County State Bank, our interest is in the students of our community. We think it's important to reward students for their hard work. With our Hoorays for A program, students can earn cash for their savings account. Plus, the students in school will be entered into an annual grand prize contest. Stop in the Brown County State Bank for Hooray for A's rules. Brown County State Bank, 101 East Main Street, Mount Sterling, member FDIC, and equal opportunity lender.
Hi, I'm Heather Henry, owner and instructor at Heather's Tumble and Tap in Mount Sterling, where we have been teaching dance to the children of Brown County and the surrounding areas since 1995. We offer classes in tap, jazz palms, tumbling, and offer an all-boys tumbling class for all those future Hornet athletes. At Heather's Tumble and Tap, we focus on fun, friends, and the fundamentals of dance in a non-competitive atmosphere. Follow us on Facebook to stay up to date on upcoming classes and events. Go Hornets!
The Mount Sterling Savings Center, a customer-owned savings bank offering online banking from your computer or mobile phone, allowing you access to your account on your schedule. The Mount Sterling Savings Center is a proud supporter of Brown County athletics. Mount Sterling Savings Center, conveniently located at 201 West Main, the intersections of routes 24 and 99, is a branch of the Beardstown Savings located at 301 South Main. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Brown County is a rural area, a little over 300 square miles. In a small community, you need somewhere where people can come and get access to materials.
The Brown County Public Library, this new library, will be a central space that really links our communities.
This new library is free access for everyone, all people within Brown County.
We can't do it without you.
This is your library.
Please donate.
Meet me at the library.
We are back on the Scranton Heating and Cooling pregame show here on BC Hornet Sports. Lisa Surratt, Brian Shoemaker bringing you all the action here from tonight's regional semifinals for the Class 2A 8th grade volleyball regional here hosted at Mount Sterling. And of course, Mount Sterling, Lisa, is no stranger to hosting a lot of postseason events, and doesn't matter if it's high school basketball sectional, junior high girls regionals, whatever it is, Brown County knows how to do it pretty darn well around here. So
we were very fortunate to get to move it in here to the high school gym.
Yes.
It makes it for a lot roomier space for everybody to come in and be able to view all these games. And for us, it was nice to have our equipment already preset.
The equipment's already here and preset. You and Steve have just got a pretty nice little spot up here at the top of the Hornets' Nest here at Brown County High School. We've got about 4 minutes left before we get going here for game number 2 tonight, our second semifinal, and the Brown County Lady Hornets are here on the floor for you. Let's tell you a little bit about the roster. Let's run down them real quick. Number 0, Olivia Martinez. Number 2, Olivia Steinbaker. Number 4 is Adeline Wagner. Maylee Perry is number 15. Kylan Oxy is number 17. Olivia Akins, number 20. Number 21 is Mackenzie Cassing. Number 22 is Hayden Reich. I hope I'm saying that correctly, and if I'm not, you just tell me otherwise. Number 23 is Joy Ham. Number 24, Addison Sides. Gretchen Hilburn wears number 26. Aubrey Collins is number 30. Emma Lurch is number 31. Jamie Wood wears number 32, and rounding out this squad is number 37. That is Morgan Logston. Jenny Yingling, the coach here for both 7th and 8th grade squads, she's had a busy season as well, Lisa. They were in that regional championship game that we were telling you about in the 7th grade, an emotional 3-game loss to the Carthage squad that is here tonight. Some of those 7th grade players are on that 8th grade squad. And Lisa, this is a team that really is a really solid squad all around. We tell you they lost earlier this season to Camp Point Central, but they have also avenged Camp Point Central in a 3-game win later on in the year. They have defeated Pittsfield. They have defeated Liberty. They have defeated Whitehall North Green. They have defeated Nauvoo-Calusa, and they have defeated Winchester West Central, which is a very, very good team over on the 2A ranks across on the Illinois side of the river. Some of the losses this season come at the hands of Camp Point Central, Petersburg Porta, Payson Seymour, Concord Triopia, Western, and Augusta Southeastern, along with Quincy Catholic and AC Central. So some of those losses we tell you about, Lisa, those are solid volleyball teams. Teams like Quincy Catholic, AC Central, Augusta Southeastern, those are all teams that are very, very likely to win regionals in their respective class, nevertheless possibly make a state tournament. So this is a battle-tested squad. This is a team that knows how to play volleyball. You see some of those players like Olivia Steinbaker and Olivia Martinez. I believe Martinez is one of the main setters for this team. Mm-hmm. Is that correct?
That is correct.
And you're going to see a lot of attacking up front from Steinbaker, and along with possibly Maddie Perry, Adeline Wagner, a nice little all-around athlete who's improved a whole ton for this Lady Hornet squad over the year. This is really a nice team, and really a team that on a home floor, Lisa, with a lot of what appears to be fan support behind them here.
Definitely got a cheering section.
They have got some cheering section. We see some cowboy hats and fun cow hat. I mean, whatever's over there, the kids are really into it tonight. So this is a team that if you get a little momentum behind them on their home floor, this might get a little interesting here later on in the match. We expect it to be a good one anyway. Two good volleyball teams that are here tonight in the semifinal. The winner will get Mendon Unity tomorrow night for what we read on the sheet is a 5:30 start, Lisa.
That's it, 5:30. That's the good part about it, at least having the broadcast. If the people can't make it here right off the bat, they can at least tune it in and be listening as they're driving in at the last minute. That is a great part of being able to bring this broadcast. And for those people who can't come, period, that you can pick it up on YouTube because of BC Hornet Sports.
Keys to the Game brought to you by Blessing Health System. Family medicine as close as 521 East Main Street right here in Mount Sterling at the Blessing Mount Sterling Clinic. Give them a call at 217-773-7105 for an appointment at the Blessing Mount Sterling Clinic or learn more at blessinghealth.org. Keys to the Game for Carthage. I think keys to the game for Carthage are don't get rattled. You know those kids are going to be loud. It's going to get rowdy in here. You know you're going to get your best shot for Mount Sterling. Kind of similar to the way things played out for Mendon and Nauvoo-Calusa. Don't get rattled early. Don't get rattled by the scene. Do what you do. You are the higher seed. You're expected to win this thing.
Play your game.
Play your game. Now, if you are the Mount Sterling Brown County Lady Hornets, same thing as Nauvoo. You're going to have to withstand that early storm. This is a team that can score points in bunches very quickly in the Carthage Blue Girls. You have the comfort of your home floor. You've got the comfort of your fans. And again, it's just having confidence in yourself in this situation to know that you can compete on a high level against a good quality opponent. We are getting ready to go here for game number 2, semifinal number 2 here tonight. We're glad you're joining us live on BC Hornet Sports. Primarily the home for Brown County Hornet Sports, but hey, every now and then we do a fun thing like a Unity versus Nauvoo-Calusa match or whatever.
As we say, it's BC Hornet Sports and more. And so what's the more? Sometimes it's other games.
And windows.
That we're not, it's windows, or sometimes it's one that we don't have a game on, but we're going to play it because we are part of the area and we love bringing the sports out to the other people.
So we are going to get ready to go here. Glad you're joining us alongside for what we believe will be a very exciting game 2 for a Class 2A regional semifinal. Winner gets Mendon Unity tomorrow night as Carson Bliss is going to get the serve, and Carson has had a real heck of a postseason. She was injured in that regional championship game, if you remember, Lisa. Able to fight back in the waning points as they were able to pick up that win, but her first serve will go into the net, and that'll be a service error, and you can hear that rowdy Mount Sterling crowd over in the far corner.
They have definitely got a student section supporting them.
Emma Lurch checks in on the initial serve. Initial serve for Brown County is going to be number 4, Adeline Wagner. She'll send it up. Here comes Hall. Hall sends it into the back row. Picked up by Steinbaker. She'll send it over. Here comes Hall again. Hall into the back row. Dug out as we'll try and figure out those numbers. That black on green is a little mean on these eyes, Lisa. Dug out in the back row by Olivia Steinbaker. Sent back over by Brown County. And a tip over by Laney Housewright. Not able to be caught up by Steinbaker. And it'll be 1-1 here in the early going.
Kind of flipped it to the opposite side because they had all been centralizing on the far side, and it popped back here.
Yes. Number 0 tonight is Kennedy Artman. She's wearing the libero jersey. Comes in to serve. A nice serve by Artman. Picked up by Steinbaker. Free ball back over for the Blue Girls. Here comes Hall again. Hall tips it up. She's not able to get it up over the net. She was challenged very strongly by number 23, Joey Ham. Somebody we didn't talk about a lot, and we probably should have more in the pregame show, Lisa, because she's a talented player up in the front row. 2 serving 1 here in the early going on the Cass Communications scoreboard. Joey Ham.
Mackenzie Cassing just checked in.
Thank you. Up and over. Free ball for Carthage. It's going to be Bliss sending it over. Set up by Wagner. Hammered down by number 21. That's Mackenzie Cassing. And that's going to be a kill for Cassing and a point for Mount Sterling. It's Brown County. Brown County, Mount Sterling. Everybody knows where we're at here.
Yeah.
We know where we're at. It's 3 serving 1 as Ham still on the attack. Sends it into the back row, picked up by Gunning. Gunning to Housewright over to number 14. That's Corin Robinson. Mackenzie Cassing one more time over, excuse me. Hall's going to give a free ball back over to Mount Sterling. To Brown County. Goodness, I'll get it right at some point. Steinbaker a free ball back over into the back row. Housewright sets it up for Hall. Hall tips it over, and that's going to get into the free spot on the floor. Brown County not able to pick that one up. Lurch was running closest to it, and it's going to be 2 serving 3. Checking in on the Brown County side. Checking in for Joey Ham. That is
Martinez.
Number 0, Olivia Martinez. Thank you. Madison Hall on the serve for Carthage. Up and over into the back row, picked up by Cassing. Martinez tried to chase that one down, just didn't have enough room as it goes out into the crowd.
She was trying to make a basket, I think, instead.
And that's a high basket tonight. Yeah. They've got the baskets lifted here on the side. It is free space tonight here in Mount Sterling. 3 serving 3. And they say that might be an illegal rotation on Mount Sterling. Yeah, they say somebody was not where they needed to be, and that'll be a point for Carthage. Jenny Engling asking what happened there.
Like that either.
And those are the points you cannot give away here tonight. Madison Hall on the serve for Carthage. Her team up 4-3 now here in game 1, and that serve just goes a little short. Looked like it might have went off the lower part of her hand and really didn't get a good read on it, and that'll be a point for the Lady Hornets. Sitting down is Olivia Akins. Checking in, number 15, that is Maylee Perry. And on the serve is Olivia Steinbaker for Brown County. Corin Robinson sends it over. Free ball for Brown County. Sets it up. Here comes Cassing. Cassing up and over into the back row to Artman. Set up now for Gunning. Gunning sets it down. Challenged up by Cassing, and that's going to be a point for Brown County. Mackenzie Cassing starting to make a presence early here in the front rows. It's 5 serving 4 in game number 1. Steinbaker overhand serve high and down to the back row. Laney Housewright up and over to Gunning. Gunning sends it into the back row. Wagner sets it up for Cassing. Cassing is really in a good rhythm here early, and that is going to go way out of bounds, and that'll be a point for the Lady Hornets. 6 serving 4 here on the Cass Communications scoreboard in game number 1. Steinbaker up and over into the back row, set up. Here comes Housewright. She's going to have, oh goodness, Cassing just got right up in her grill, Lisa, and sent it right back down. She caught what Housewright was going to do as that first pass got a little too close to the net. She wasn't going to set it. She had to tip it, and Cassing read it all the way at 7-4. And same thing as Cassing hammers it down once again, dug up by Corin Robinson. Cassing sends it back over. It's going to be a free ball for Carthage. Housewright is going to set up. Number 2, Kenning, and Cassing hammers it right back down. 8 serving 4 here in game number 1. Lady Hornets are on a roll, and Danielle White says we need a timeout. On the Cass Communications scoreboard, Brown County 8, Carthage 4 in game number 2.
At Henry Automotive, they believe in honest, hometown service. They have the latest in technology and tools and are equipped for any job. So, whether it's an oil change, scheduled maintenance, a check engine light, or a major repair, Doug and Darren Henry, your ASE certified mechanics, are standing by to get you back on the road. Henry Automotive, located at 1157 690 East Street, Mount Sterling. Just turn north at the KC Hall onto Damon Road. Drive 1.8 miles and look for the big blue and yellow sign. Call Henry Automotive at 773-9066. Once again, that's Henry Automotive at 773-9066.
Have a healthcare question? Talk to the real persons with the real answers you need at the Blessing Resource Center. Give them a call, 217-277-5000 for the Blessing Resource Center, located at the old Quincy Town Center in Quincy. We are back to live action, and that's going to be an ace for the Lady Hornets. And it's 9 serving 4. Steinbaker still on the serve here for Mount Sterling. Lady Hornets on a roll. Back into the back row. Artman sets it up to Housewright. Here comes Robinson. Robinson into the back row, dug up by Brown County. Attack try, that is number 15, Maylee Perry. Sent into the back row. Cassing's going to have to challenge at the net for that one. She didn't win that battle, though, as Kennedy Gunning was able to get right up with her. We're seeing some nice front row battles here between Mackenzie Cassing and some of those girls in the front row like Corin Robinson and Kaylee Kerr. As it's 5 serving 9. Housewright on the serve, and she sends that one into the net. Some uncharacteristic early service errors for the Carthage Blue Girls. This is not something we traditionally see out of this team, as it is 10 serving 5, and up to serve next is that Olivia Akins. Is that correct, Lisa? I think. Out. And that one sails just a little bit out of bounds. That was Akins on the service error. Artman sits down. Kaylee Kerr checks back in on the serve for Carthage is number 14, Corin Robinson. Up and over it goes into the back row, dug up, and that one tapped the ceiling.
Tapped the ceiling too.
Tapped the ceiling. Akins tried to get it over. That one was going to go right back to the Carthage side either way. That'll be a point. Blue Girls, and now it's 7 serving 10. Up and over into the back row. Picked up by Martinez. Martinez is going to have to send it back over. A little miscommunication between Maylee Perry and Martinez.
That was like, we forgot to talk.
And now it's 8 serving 10. The thing about Carthage, they are very, very resilient. They are not scared of a deficit. They're able to dig themselves out of a hole. Perry sends it over. What an attack by Perry, and that's going to be a kill for Kaylee Perry. For Maylee Perry. Checking in for Mount Sterling. Cassing's going to sit down. I believe that is number 22, Hayden Reich, coming in, and she's going to pick up the serve. Also checking back in is number 23, Joey Ham. 11-8 here on the Cass Communications scoreboard, and that serve is going to go sail down instead of sail up. And that'll be a service error and a point for Carthage. Kennedy Gunning checking in to serve here for the Blue Girls. Up and over into the back row. Trying to set up, and that's going to be a free ball back over as Wagner didn't want to try and set it up. Steinbaker sends it back over to the Carthage side. Here comes Bliss. She's going to set up Hall. Hall tries to send it to the left, and that's going to sail out of bounds instead. It was the right play by Madison Hall, just not the right placement. And it's going to go out of bounds, and that'll be a point for the Lady Hornets. Olivia Akins checking back in quickly. She's going to serve. Brown County up 12-9 here in game 1. Into the back row, tapped up by Gunning. Sent to the front row to Hall. Hall's going to free one over for Mount Sterling. Tip over by Wagner. Who's going to pick this one up? Bliss had to try and challenge it up, and Ham was right there with her. Slapped over by Kerr. Nice play again by Steinbaker. Kerr sends it back over. It's a diving play by Akins. What a nice play by Akins. Bliss is going to set it up, and she sets it up for Hall. Now picked up by Wagner. Free ball back over into the back row, and they thought it was going to go out of bounds, and it definitely was not. That one still had a good 3 feet to stay in bounds, and that'll be a point Carthage, and it's 10 serving 12 as Carson Bliss, who was injured in the regional championship last week, had a nice game in the sectional, takes the serve for the Blue Girls. Into the back row, picked up by Steinbaker. Or not Steinbaker, excuse me. But it's going to be Kerr on the serve back over. Set up. And Steinbaker will send one free back over into the Carthage side. Housewright up. Housewright to Hall. Hall into the back row. Dug up. by Reich, and she wasn't able to get that front pass up into the front row, and that'll be a point for Carthage. And it's quickly 12-11. Brown County still holding the lead here in game number 1. That is Jamie Wood. We'll get all the numbers, and that's going to be a quick ace. As Gretchen Hilburn, number 26, was unable to get that one played up. We are tied at 12 on the Cass Communications scoreboard here in game number 1 of the second semifinal. Carson Bliss on the serve for Carthage. Up and over, and that one's going to go just out of bounds. Aikens had a good eye on it and watched it go out of bounds, and that'll be a point for Brown County. Checking back in is number 21, Mackenzie, or 31, excuse me, that's Emma Lurch. On the serve for Brown County. Number 4, Adeline Wagner. And that one's going to go off the hands of Corin Robinson, and that'll be an ace for Brown County. (14-12). It is loud, it is rowdy here at Brown County High School tonight. Up and over into the back row, and that's going to go off Bliss's backhand, and it's going to be an ace. 15-12. Adeline Wagner continues the serve for the Lady Hornets. Up and over. Into the back row. Here comes Housewright. Housewright sends it into the back row. It's going to be a back row attack for Gunning. Free ball back over into the back row. Housewright tips it up and over. And she knew just where to put that ball. Free open space on the floor. Aikens tried to chase it down. Couldn't get it. And it's going to be 13-15. Kennedy Artman picks up the serve here for Carthage. Up and over. Oh, the Lady Hornets have trouble with that one. Not able to get that.
Position way wrong on that one.
Yeah. Not able to get the first pass made up. 14-15. Mackenzie Cassing checks back in to the Brown County lineup. She's in the back row. Nice serve. Gets it to Wagner. Here comes Ham. Ham hammers it down. Now Hall. Hall up and over. Dug up in the back row by Cassing. Housewright's going to set it up for Robinson. Robinson into the back row, dug easily by Cassing that time. Tipped up and over by Wagner. Hall's going to get another try out. Hall into the open space, and a nice placement by Hall once again. Brown County attack got way high up towards the net, hoping to get a block on it. She just tipped it up and over in the back row, not able to catch up. And now we're tied again at 15 here in game number 1. Up and over. Set by Steinbaker. Oh, a little tough play there, but Wagner able to keep the ball in play. And there's another big.
Nice tag.
And there's the whistle.
Nice tap by Joey Ham.
Joey Ham able to get up and down on that one. You know, we told you a lot about the Carthage front line, but this Lady Hornets front line with Cassing and Ham and Wagner able to get in there every now and then. This is a formidable attack for the Brown County squad. Up in the front row, it's going to be a free ball for Brown County. Oh, and a little bit of trouble. Aikens just had a little bit of trouble handling that one. Instead of going forward, it went backwards, and that'll be a point on the board for Carthage. Checking in is Martinez for Mount Sterling. As Madison Hall takes the serve for Carthage. Cassing sends it back up in the front row, and not a good spot. Cassing was trying to able to pick up the slack there as it wasn't the best first pass. And then it was a little bit rough handled on the front row, and now it's 17-16. Carthage is in the lead now, first time here in game 1. Oh, and that's going to be an ace.
Timeout.
Aikens on it. Cass Communication scoreboard. Carthage 18, Brown County 16. We're back in 30 seconds.
Why you should want to drive for Dodd, because Dodd is the best company out there. It's hands down.
I feel like the 4-on, 4-off schedule is like one of the best schedules to have to work and still have free time.
Dodd has given me the opportunity, put it in front of me, and all I had to do was jump on it. Been happy ever since.
It's been a fantastic ride.
Some of the great sponsors bringing you tonight's action: B&N Trucking, Cass Communications, Larry Dunn Accounting, Farmers National Bank, Mount Sterling and Griggsville, your Mount Sterling YMCA, Culbertson Memorial Hospital, the RIA Insurance Agency, Mount Sterling Savings and Bank, Mount Sterling IGA, All About Dance and more, Brown County State Bank, Moen Auto Body, the Comfort Man at Scranton Heating and Cooling, and Dot Transportation. We'll tell you about plenty more of those local sponsors that make these broadcasts possible as we're back to live action. Hall serve goes over. Here comes Brown County. Martinez.
Oh, communication.
A little miscommunication as Wagner thought she might have to play it. Martinez was going to go ahead and take it from the back row, and neither one able to get a good read on it. It's 19-16 now. Momentum starting to swing the way of the Blue Girls here in game number 1. Wagner heads it over. Free ball from Housewright, and that's going to sail out of bounds. Housewright knew where she wanted to put it. She was trying to hopefully find that spot on the right sideline, but it just went a little far out of bounds. It's
a little too far out.
A little too far out. Who do we have checking in here for Brown County?
Would be Perry and Collins.
Number 15, Maylee Perry checking in to the front row. Number 30, Aubrey Collins checking in. They're doing a lineup check here for the Lady Hornets real quick after both those subs, making sure everybody's where they need to be. As Olivia Steinbaker will pick up the serve. Lady Hornets down by 2, 19-17 here in game number 1 of what has been very entertaining volleyball here so far. Housewright's going to set it up. Here comes Gunning. Gunning hammered it down. Cassing tried to get the block on it. Just couldn't get it pushed up in the air. It goes down to the ground, and that'll be a point. Carthage 20-17. Lainey Housewright up next on the serve here for the Blue Girls. Into the back row, touched up by Steinbaker. Oh, and that's going to be a tough play for Martinez. 21-17. And that'll be a timeout from Coach Cassick.
This is Brandon Kindhart with Double K Firearms. At Double K Firearms, we treat you like family and want you to enjoy your experience while you're here. We buy, sell, and trade new and used firearms and much, much more. We offer an amazing selection and extremely competitive prices. We would love to get you set up with whatever it is you're looking for, whether it's for hunting, recreation, or just adding to your collection. That's Double K Firearms, 212 East Main Street, Mount Sterling, or call 217-430-7523. And remember, always support local, and the best time to buy it's when you see it.
Some more of those local wonderful sponsors helping us out here tonight on BC Hornet Sports, KLC Inc., Henry Automotive, Double K Firearms, Yingling and Nicing Insurance, Hendricker Funeral Home, Cassing Lumber Company, St. Mary's School, Heather's Tumble and Tap, Farmer State Bank and Trust, Mount Sterling, a Rustic Garden, Main Street Repair, Dot Foods, your local McKay Napa Auto Parts store. As we always say, shop local, stay local when you can, and support all of these businesses that support our local athletes as we get back to live action. 21-17, and that's going to be a service error out of bounds and a much-needed point for the Lady Hornets, Lisa, as it's now 21-18. Lady Hornets trying to make a late rally here. Serve up and over. Whoa, what a dig by Artman. Free ball back over. Wagner sets up Cassing close to the net. Cassing tried to get it touched, but it was challenged by Gunning. She needed just about 2 more feet off the net to get where she really wanted, and instead had to get into a ball battle up there near the net and didn't win it. 22-18 now. Corin Robinson on the serve for Carthage. Up and over. Into the back rows, Martinez to Wagner. Perry's going to get a try at it. She sends it into the back row. Picked up. Now Gunning's going to set it up for Kerr. Kerr up and over, and she finds the spot, as Perry wasn't able to chase it down, and it's 23-18. Corin Robinson on the serve for Carthage, up and over. Whoa, just over the tape. Martinez dove at it, but that's going to be an ace, and now it is game point here in game number 1. 24-18. Substitutions for Brown County. Number 20, Olivia Akins checks in. Perry takes a seat. Up and over. Whoa, right over the tape. What a dig by Martinez. Set up for Carthage. Into the back row, and Kerr is going to find the corner, and that'll wrap it up for game 1. Game 1 score on the Cass Communication scoreboard. Carthage wins 24-18. We'll be right back, getting you ready for game number 2.
Casting Lumber Company, your do-it-best quality paint dealer, mixes unique paint colors for any project. Bring a sample of your pillows, curtains, or other items, and Castings will scan them into their computer. Mix your unique color of do-it-best quality paint and save the information. Need a special gift? Castings Gift Department has gifts for everyone. Casting Lumber Company, hometown family-owned lumber and hardware store, supporting hometown schools and families for 45 years. Route 99 South, Mount Sterling. Call 217-773-2611. When it comes to handling your taxes, ever feel a bit taxed? If so, why not give yourself some well-deserved tax relief and visit Larry Dunn Accounting. Larry and his staff have been helping clients with tax return preparation, bookkeeping, payroll, sales tax, and business consultation since 1980. Put their experience to work for you today. After almost 5 decades in business, their number one priority remains building long-term relationships. Larry Dunn Accounting, 443 East Main Street in Mount Sterling, or call 217-773-3400.
Back with you live on BC Hornet Sports for the halftime show, or between sets show, however you want to call it. The halftime show brought to you by Yingling and Nicing Agency. You can find them on the web at ynagency.com. Stop by their office at 111 West Washington in Mount Sterling. Give the gang a call, 773-3397. That is Yingling and Nicing Insurance. As we're getting ready for set number 2, and Lisa, you know, we just talked about it as we had a little bit of time here in the break. I think Brown County's playing with this team. It's just maybe about cleaning up some of those little errors and really just hammering down here. As I thought they played a pretty nice first set.
Yeah, I think they did okay together. So just once again, there's a couple times they needed to talk a little bit better, and unfortunately they did have some service errors, and you cannot let that happen. Kind of like in basketball. Free throws are there for a reason. They're free. In volleyball, you got to make those serves in order to get your points.
That's right. For the Carthage Blue girls, maybe cleaning up a few of those service errors of their own. We saw a few service errors. Yep. That's not very characteristic of that team for the times that we've seen them already this season. We are going to get ready for game number 2, set number 2, however you want to call it here in volleyball. We're getting ready for the next part of the match here tonight. Glad you're joining us alongside here on BC Hornet Sports. Brian Shoemaker, Lisa Surratt bringing you all the action here from the Class 2A 8th grade regional semifinals at Brown County High School. Brown County gets the first serve. That's going to be Wagner up and over. Sets it up, Hall. Hall puts it back into play for Kerr into the back row. Dug up, but that's going to go out of bounds. A nice dig try by Hayden Reich.
Should have been let go, I have a feeling. But it's hard to make that judgment call.
Excuse me, that's Jamie Wood in the back row. That's 32, not 22. 2s and 3s, a little bit tough to read on the backs of those jerseys, but it's 1-0 Carthage as Carson Bliss gets the first serve for the Blue Girls. Into the back row. Set up, Steinbaker. Free ball over into the back row for Carthage. Housewright's going to tip it up and over, and she gets it up and over Steinbaker, and nobody from the back row able to catch up with it. Akins gave it a diving try, but it's going to hit the floor, and it'll be 2-0 early for Carthage. Bliss up and over into the back row. Picked up by Emma Lurch. Into the back row now. Wagner trying to keep it into play.
Joey
Ham had to get it. Nice play by Joey Ham to keep it going. Hall got it up and over. And Carthage has figured out, Lisa, that just middle spot when all of that front row comes up and attacks is just wide open.
There's an open spot there, yes.
There's just the open spot, and they've been able to exploit it a little bit. 3-0 Carthage into the back row. A little bit tough play there as Emma Lurch tried to pop it up.
For a timeout.
And we'll get a quick timeout by Coach Cassing on the Cass Communications scoreboard. Carthage 4, Mount Sterling 0.
The Ray Insurance Agency is an independent insurance agency in Mount Sterling. We offer competitively priced insurance products that fit the needs of you and your family. We specialize in personal, commercial, and agribusiness insurance products. So call me, Brad Cassing, today at 217-773-3851 for a free quote and risk assessment. We are located at 128 West Main Street in Mount Sterling. Our phone number is 217-773-3851.
He does it just a little bit different than Jack does. He does more of it online.
Sharing a big family moment.
Hey, calling all CDL drivers. transportation companies are promising you home time, but can they schedule consistency and predictability? Dot Transportation says that they can. You can be counting on being home every single week. Learn more and apply today at drivefordot.com. That's the website, drivefordot.com. We're back to live action here as it's Carthage 4, Brown County 0 in set number 2, and that's going to be more trouble for the Lady Hornets, Lisa. They're really starting to struggle here a little bit in the back row. Mackenzie Cassing is going to check back into the game for Brown County. She'll sit down number 32, Jamie Wood. Continuing the serve for the Blue Girls is number 24, Carson Bliss. That's going to go up and over. Cassing picks it up quickly. Hall and Kerr were right there with each other, sent it out of bounds. And that'll be the first point of the set for Brown County. Much needed is number 23, Joey Ham.
Joey can serve. Let's make this a run here.
I think if you want anybody trying to serve to start you a rally here, it's going to be Joey. She gets it over. Nice serve picked up in the back row by Bliss. Up and over is Hall. Picked up in the back row by Brown County. It's going to be a free ball over as Wagner sends it back over. Housewright on the serve. Here comes Kerr. Kerr tips it up and over. Picked up by Cassing. Picked up now in the back row. Carthage scrambling. It's going to be a free ball up and over. Steinbaker to Wagner. Set up for Cassing. Hammers it down, and that's going to be a kill for Cassing. Much needed, Lisa, for the Brown County Lady Hornets. That's the type of rhythm they had early in the first set. Kind of got out of that late in the game, and now they're back in it. 2 serving 5. Ham up and over into the back row to Bliss. Bliss to Housewright. Here comes Kerr. Kerr up and over into the back row. Picked up. Steinbaker gets it up and over. It's going to be a free ball as Wagner puts it back into play on the Carthage side. Housewright to Hall. Hall in the back row, picked up by Wagner. Cassing goes down one knee for it. Carthage back on the attack. Here comes Madison Hall. Picked up. What a nice play by Lurch as she was able to stay with it. And now
good return.
What a return by Wagner. Here comes Madison Hall again. Tipped up and over. Dove in the back row, but it's just going out of bounds. Aikens expecting
Gave it all she had.
She has given it all she has. We've seen her on the floor quite a bit here tonight as we've got a substitution there on the Brown County side. Number 31 looks like Emma Lurch might have checked back in. Serve up and over. It's 6 serving 2. And that's going to be a kill for Cassing. Brown County gets the ball right back. 3 serving 6 here. Olivia Steinbaker will serve. Checking back in is Maylee Perry, for Brown County. Up and over, nice serve, dove hard. Ooh. What an ace. Found the right spot. Artman was going to dive at it. Hall was trying to get a hand on it. Neither one could, and it's going to go out of bounds. And just like that, it is now a 2-point deficit. And Lady Hornets feeling a little life here. But there is one of those unfortunate service errors we talked about. Yep. Can't give up those points right now. Madison Hall on the serve for Carthage. Blue Girls up 7-4 here in set number 2. They're already 1 up on the big scoreboard. Perry's going to get an attack try. Sends it back over. Housewright sets it up for Gunning. Gunning gets blocked by Cass. Play into the back row, picked up by Steinbaker. Nice play to keep it up, keep it moving. Whoa! Goodness gracious.
Nice one by Cassing.
Put up all the bricks and mortar as Cassing put the wall up and was able to stop that attack. One of the most exciting plays we've seen all night here so far in the semifinals. 5 serving 7. Serve up and over. Picked up by Artman. It's going to be a free ball from Gunning. Gunning into the back row, picked up by Martinez. Here's the setup for Cassing. She's going to have to give a free ball over, not the best set to get her in attack mode. Gunning able to pin it over again. Brown County was anticipating that right to come right over Cassing, and instead they went over to the right shoulder and found the open space on the floor, and it's 8-5. Lainey Housewright on the serve. Housewright up and over into the back row, picked up by Martinez. And Maylee Perry not able to get a second hand on it, and that one will hit the floor. Up and over into the back row. Wagner sets up for Cassing. Cassing able to get it down. Nice chicken wing by Artman. Oh, and Martinez another diving try at it. Lisa, Lady Hornets usually just about an outstretched hand or arm away from getting most of these diving plays. As we got a quick stop and play, maybe something the official thought, a little debris on the floor. Not sure what that was. Hopefully it wasn't.
She could spot that.
Hopefully it wasn't a loose tooth or something. You never know. I mean, I would like to think most of your teeth are gone by that point, but you never know these days. Oh, Cassing tried to get it set up, and that was a nice block on the Carthage side. And it's going to be 11-5 as the Blue Girls are trying to pull away here in set number 2. Up and over into the back row. Oh, tough handle for Steinbaker. Up on the biceps, not on the forearms, and that one went out of bounds, and it's 12-5 now. As the Lady Hornets trying to search for some answers here. Set up on the serve. Oh, Steinbaker was trying to get around her, couldn't get out of the way. As Akins got the first, or excuse me, that's number 30. Aubrey Collins got the first pass up.
They cannot find their rhythm.
No. Checking in is number 24, Addison Side. She'll sit down Olivia Steinbaker as it's 13-5 here in set number 2 on BC Hornet Sports, the Cass Communication Scoreboard. There's a service error. That's a much-needed point for Brown County right now. Much needed. Going to see Joey Ham come back into the game. She'll sit down Martinez. Cassing comes out, and that is number 32, Jamie Wood, who will come in to serve. Serve up and over, good. Bliss sets up Robinson. Goes back over, and that's a tap over by Wagner. And they say that is going to tap on the line.
It was called one of those on the line.
She's got a good look up in the tower, though, and that'll be a point. Nice little play by Adeline Wagner to get the Lady Hornets a point. It's 7 serving 13. Into the back row is Hall. Hall to Bliss. Bliss to Robinson. Ham taps it back over. Here comes. Oh! The back row really just having some trouble reacting to those plays, Lisa.
Yes, they are not
moving,
not communicating with them.
That is just the key to everything right now for Carthage. That's going to be another ace. As it's 15-7. Corin Robinson, the server for Carthage. Up and over, into the back row, picked up, sent to the front row. It's going to be a free ball as they were able to get into the front row. Bliss is going to set this one up for Kerr. Kerr gets blocked by Ham. Set up again for Kerr. Kerr gets it up and over that time, but was challenged again by Joey Ham. Ham, and Ham gets blocked by Gunning that time. And that'll be a timeout. Here on the Cass Communication Scoreboard, it's Carthage 16, Brown County 7.
Working hard from home, relaxing with a friend. Welcome to life in the broadband age, where reliable internet has never been more important. Cascom keeps your family connected with consistent speeds up to 1 gig and Plume whole home adaptive Wi-Fi. Make sure your home's ready for life in the broadband age. Call our local service team or visit us online at cascom.com.
Back on the Cass Communication Scoreboard here. It is Carthage 16, Brown County 7 in set number 2. Carthage has a 1-0 set lead, trying to close things out. Lisa, we're talking about it here on the break. This spot in the middle where the front line sells out for the block, the back row's got to try to get something to stop and close up that gap, because that's where Carthage is getting all the points on the attack.
And you got to believe that the coach is seeing that, giving them that communication, and it's not happening for us.
Corin Robinson continues the serve here for Carthage. We're back to live action on BC Hornet Sports. Wagner gets it up in the air. Nice one-handed play, and that, just couldn't get it to clear the tape after a nice play by Wagner to keep that ball up in the air. Couple of substitutions coming in now for Brown County. I believe that's number 31, Emma Lurch, checking in along with 21, Mackenzie Cassing. 10-point lead now for the Blue Girls. Lurch sends it up and over, free ball from Madison sides. Bliss is going to set one up for Gunning. Gunning finds the open space again, and this Carthage team is just doing a very, very nice job of putting the ball where the Hornets are not at. And that sounds silly, but when everybody shifts over to one side, they're just finding the open space on the floor and not worrying about whether it's going to get dug up or not. Bliss sets up for Gunning. Gunning hammers it down, but that's going to go out of bounds. Another much-needed point to keep the Lady Hornets in this thing. They trail by 10. It's 18-8. They need to go on a run. Couple of substitutions now coming in. That's 20, Olivia Akins. Also checking in, number 2, Olivia Steinbaker.
Akins had a run of serves last night. Maybe she can get something going here.
Here we go. Is this the moment they need? And that's a nice serve to start off. Bliss up close to the net to Kerr. Kerr to the back row, dug up by Cassing.
Take it over Joey.
Ham's going to get it in. That's a big kill for Joey Ham. That is the type of play you need to get a run started here. It's 18-9. And it all started from the nice serve, and that one's unfortunately not going to clear the net. The lead goes back to 10. Kennedy Gunning, the server now for Carthage. Up and over it goes into the back row, picked up by Akins. It's going to be a free ball. Cassing's going to have to get it up and over. Bliss now sets it up for Hall. Hall up and over, picked up by Cassing. Cassing to Wagner. She tips it over to the back row. A little bit of trouble from Carthage. They're going to have to scramble now, and it'll be a free play for Brown County. Wagner sets up Ham. Ham up and over. Dug in the back row by Gunning. Madison Hall again, and calls blocked by Ham. Nice play by Joey Ham. And these are the types of plays right now, Lisa. If you're going to get back into it, you've got to win those challenge balls right up at the tape.
Crucial point.
Carthage leads 19-10. Wagner on the serve. Tipped up. Hall's going to have to play that one over awkwardly. Nice play in the back row by Wagner. And what a play. Steinbaker didn't expect it to even go through like that. But it found the floor. Another point for the Lady Hornets. It's 11 serving 19. The lead back down to 8. Wagner serves. Nice serve to get set up. It's going to be Bliss. Bliss sets it up for Hall. Hall's not able to attack. It's going to be another free ball over for the Lady Hornets. Wagner hits one over one time. Picked up by Hall. To Steinbaker to Wagner. Ham gets underneath it. Oh, Ham just gets it a little too hard. And it's going to go out of bounds. 20-11. Carthage trying to close things up here. Up and over. Steinbaker sends it up and over into the back row. Tough play for Gunning. Kerr sends it over one time. Oh, and a little bit of a tough play there for the back row. Lady Hornets had to scramble and couldn't catch up with it. It's 21-11 now. 4 points to go for Carthage to get a date and a third shot with Mendon Unity tomorrow night. What a play is Hall able to hammer it down one more time. 22-11, the lead swells to 11 points now here in set number 2. Carson Bliss, the server. Up and over, picked up by Cassing. Cassing to Wagner. She punches into the back row. Housewright tries to set it up. It's going to go over the net instead. Steinbaker gives it right back to Gunning, to Housewright. Here comes Hall. Hall gets tipped up and gets challenged by Joey Ham, but she's not able to get it up in the air. Instead, it hits the floor, and that'll be another point for Carthage. It's 23-11. Up and over. Oh, a tough play for Cassing. I think she was expecting Lurch to get a hand on it. Lurch was expecting her to get a hand on it. And it is now match point here at Brown County. 24-11. Carson Bliss, the server. Up and over it goes. Down and, Kaylee Kerr just puts the hammer on it real quick. That is going to wrap it up. Carthage is a 2-set winner tonight, 2-0 as they win the second game, 25-11. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back with the postgame show here on BC Hornet Sports.
Hello, Earl Flack for your locally owned McCain Napa Auto Parts store. Let's start March off right with some savings. $24.99 for a 5-quart jug of Pennzoil Full Synthetic. Can you believe that? Also, Napa Performer Wiper Blades, $5.99 each. Rain-X, save $15 on a pair. Napa Exact Fit, save $10 on a pair. Oh, and by the way, Craftsman tools, we got them in our stores. Stop and check. Also, check out our Milwaukee tool display. We've got Milwaukee. And by the way, it's my daughter's birthday. Kelsey, happy birthday. Spring is here.
Culbertson is the heart of the communities we serve. As we introduce our new logo and refreshed brand, we want you to know that we pledge to maintain the highest quality standard of care you expect here at Culbertson Memorial Hospital. We continue to remain committed to our care promise. What is our care promise? Care that proves to our customers that we do our best to meet their needs. Attitudes that demonstrate that we are here to serve our communities. Respect for all who enter our doors. Exceed the expectations of our patient. Culbertson Memorial Hospital in Rushville, empowering your health and healing.
Brian Shoemaker, Lisa Surratt live on BC Hornet Sports for the postgame show, brought to you by Mount Sterling IGA. Your Mount Sterling IGA is a great place to grab some lunch anytime. Check out the daily lunch specials in the deli section. That's the Mount Sterling IGA, 200 Pittsfield Road, located right here in the heart of Brown County at Mount Sterling. Well, Lisa, a tough show tonight for the Lady Hornets. Put up a heck of a fight, had some things going early in game number 1, and maybe just ran out of gas a little bit against a talented squad from Carthage there in the second set.
Yep, and it'll be a nice match tomorrow night between the Carthage Blue Girls and the Unity Mustangs. The Unity Colts, I guess they're called Colts, or the little ones.
Yeah. Well, let's wrap up some post-game duties here. First off, our defensive player of the game brought to you by Cassing Lumber Company. Cassing Lumber Company, hometown family-owned lumber and do-it-best hardware store, helping build our community for over 45 years. Cassing Lumber Company, Route 99 South in Mount Sterling. Give them a call at 773-2611. And I think our defensive player of the game, Lisa, tonight's going to go to Joey Ham. Somebody who was up on the net all night long, able to get some nice blocks put back down for Lady Hornets to keep them in it, and really challenge some of those attackers on the Carthage side, made them shake up things a little bit. We saw a little more of that crafty attacking, maybe not as much of the hard power attack as we see sometimes from the Carthage squad. I thought Joey Ham had a nice game up front.
She had a good game there. The other one that I'd even look at was Olivia Akins. That girl, she was on the floor more than she was standing up, even though wasn't her game quite as much tonight serving-wise as she had last night, but she spent more time on the floor, so I definitely, combination there, I would agree with.
Her effort was definitely there tonight, no argument there. Offensive Player of the Night brought to you by KLC Inc. Give Summer and the gang at KLC Inc. a call. 217-773-9090, located at 509 Pittsfield Road in Mount Sterling. You think it, we ink it. Get all of your local sports apparel that you ever need at KLC Inc. A couple of players I think probably stand out here for player of the game. First off, on the Brown County side, I think has got to be Mackenzie Cassing, somebody who was really able to set the tone for this Lady Hornet squad early, somebody who was able to help them get that early lead in game number 1. On the Carthage side, probably somebody I would say like a number 18 Madison Hall. Once again, this is a talented attacking team in Carthage. A lot of girls who are able to put the ball on the floor. Hall is kind of the centerpiece of that and had another great game for her tonight. So I'd say those are probably my two spots for Offensive Player of the game.
Yeah, I could agree with that very much so on Carthage side.
We want to remind you real quick about some of these sponsors who help bring you all of these local sports on BC Hornet Sports and more around the area. B&N Trucking, Cass Communications, Larry Dunn Accounting, Farmers National Bank of Mount Sterling and Griggsville, your Mount Sterling YMCA, Culbertson Memorial Hospital, the RIA Insurance Agency, Mount Sterling Savings Bank, Mount Sterling's IGA, All About Dance and More, Brown County State Bank, Moen Auto Body, the Comfort Man at Scranton Heating and Cooling, Dot Transportation, KLC Inc., Henry Automotive, Double K Firearms, Yingling and Nyson Insurance, the Hendricker Funeral Home, Cassing Lumber Company, St. Mary's School, Heather's Tumble and Tap, Farmers State Bank and Trust, the City of Mount Sterling, A Rustic Garden, Main Street Repair, Dot Foods, and your local McKay Napa Auto Parts Store. Well, Lisa, we're going to be back here tomorrow night for what we believe is a 5:30 start again, thanks to the IESA's wonderful scheduling process here. It'll be the Carthage Blue Girls and the Unity Lady Colts. This will be the third time these teams have matched up tomorrow this season. Carthage has a win. Mendon Unity has a win here at Brown County.
Should be a good game, and it'll be brought to you by yourself, and Steve Surratt will be back on the box tomorrow night with them. So with that,
all right.
BC Hornets will say good night, drive safe, and we'll see you back here tomorrow night.